Hey friend, it's your photography speaking. Can you spare a few minutes? Well, that's all you need to shoot locally. And that's what we're talking about today, is the benefits of shooting locally. Couple of channel notes. First and foremost, I'm glad to be back on the GoPro with my Hollyland mic, because it was a pain in the butt shooting with the smartphone. I learned a lot of things, but I'm glad I'm back on this. Oh, look, geese. July has been a month full of landmarks. In the early part of July, we got our first dislike, and now I'm up to like 3 or 4. So thanks to everybody who's smashing the buttons. And speaking of smashing the buttons, just last week we hit double-digit subscribers. So thank you to all my subscribers, thank you to all the people who have liked my videos, and thank you to the people who have commented on my videos. But we're here today to talk about the benefits of snapping locally. The first and most obvious is the benefit to your wallet, the benefit to your time, and the benefit to the environment in not having to travel somewhere to practice your photography. You walk out the front door, take a few steps, 5-minute walk, 10-minute walk, 20-minute drive, whatever it is that you're going to be practicing, wherever it is. It's going to be close, and you'll be able to go there over and over and over again. The next category of benefits that you'll see in snapping locally is through the improvement of your photography. And the first item is that familiarity breeds invisibility. When you walk by something every day and don't see it, you continue to walk by something every day and not see it. And it's just the way it is. It's the way the human brain works. So your job as a photographer snapping locally is to find those things of interest, to view them with a fresh set of eyes. And I think that's probably the most difficult thing about shooting locally, is to see things that have been invisible for years. I mean, that's how I found the local cow pond, which happens to snare in a lot of migratory birds, geese, some long-legged birds, plenty of ducks, and they hatch their chicks there, and so it's what do we call it? A target-rich environment. So just being out there, driving by it every day, it was invisible to me until I started looking for things to photograph. And I'm like, hey, there are birds out there from this time of year to this time of year, every year. The next point of improvement is your access to experimentation. And what I mean by that is, if you choose a subject, for example, like this bridge, you have access to this 24/7, 365. You can shoot it in golden hour, blue hour, full sunlight. You get to experiment with shooting it from this side, that side. I mean, the list goes on. You have unlimited opportunity to experiment with just that one subject. And there's got to be way more than one subject locally. I swear, there is. But remember, they're invisible, so you have to go out and find them. And also, experimentation is one of the arms of the artistic triangle that I discussed in the video up here. Now on to point 3, the ease of getting the reps in, because all you got to do is walk out the front door. you can take as many photos as you want. They don't have to be award-winning photos. They just have to be. Just take a photo with the intention of improving your craft, and then take lots more photos with the same intention. The next group of benefits about shooting locally is how it will enrich your connection to your community. The first one of these is photographing your local landmarks. So not only will you go out there and have 24/7 access to these, but you'll be able to walk around, take your time, get unique photographs, unique lighting, but not just that, you also probably aren't going to be the only person out there. So this will give you an opportunity to engage with other people, for example, maybe from your community, maybe a traveler passing through who's just checking out your local landmark. Speaking of not being the only one there, you may or may not enjoy doing these things, but I'm sure that your local community has plenty of festivals. That's the word. Plenty of festivals and they're planned out in advance, so you can get on the calendar and find out not just festivals for your own community, but festivals for nearby communities also, and go to these and take pictures of, for example, the 4th of July festival, not just of the parade, but of the people on the sides. That's half the fun, is people watching. And so you've now got your camera and you can practice snapping these people as well as the event itself. And again, another opportunity to engage with people, to communicate and chat and expand your circle of contacts. And I guess the last bullet point in this one is that locals tend to be attracted to local viewpoints. So once you get out there, once you practice a while and you've got some photographs that you're proud of, maybe get in contact with a local gallery, or if you're like me, you don't have a local gallery, get in contact with the coffee shop owner, or the mom and pop grocer, or I mean, there's got to be some commercial locations nearby. Just get a hold of those people, see if you can't put up some of your photographs in their retail space. I'll tell you one thing, there's nothing like making your first professional sale. I have never done it with photography, but I've done it with other creative outlets, and I'm telling you, it is indescribable. So I'll quit trying. Another bullet point on improving your photography is that you, as a local, you're fully cognizant of local weather patterns and when certain anomalies could take place, when it could be misty, when it's typically misty, when you might have a chance of snow. There's just so many different variations on local weather patterns that you'll be familiar with, and you can take advantage of those. Last category of benefits is the long-term benefits of snapping locally. And the first one of these is improving your portfolio. When you have a portfolio full of local shots and somebody stumbles across it, if they're ever in your area and need a photographer, you're going to be at the top of their mind. which leads directly into the next point, which is local recognition. You're going to get recognized locally, and from that local recognition, your presence is going to expand in the photographic space. I mean, it's inevitable. As long as you're taking quality photographs and putting effort into those, your influence will increase. The next point is that you're going to be building a series of good habits. So we've already talked about these, but when you've built this series of good habits, then when you actually do get to go to those honeypot locations like Paris or Iceland or a safari in Africa, these things that we've been talking about will be almost automatic, and you'll just naturally do them, and you will see things most of the other people there won't see. And that just comes from putting in the reps, going out on a regular basis and taking photographs locally. And that leads directly into my last point, in that you will be taking more unique photographs. Photographs that separate you from the Instagram chaff. For example, take this photograph of the Eiffel Tower. I mean, this is just a low effort picture of the Eiffel Tower, which says, hey, look, I'm in Paris, I was at the Eiffel Tower. Like I said, for informational purposes. However, if you take a look at this one, you can see that there was a lot more effort put into this photograph. And you'll be taking photographs like this. Or also this photograph, where you can tell that some effort was put into photographing the Eiffel Tower. Each one of these tells a story. They look nothing like the first Eiffel Tower photograph. So let's get out there, let's put in the reps. I'll see you out there. You will be familiar with, but apparently I need to face the other direction. The next group of benefits about snapping locally is how it will enrich your commute. Oh, community connection. Good Lord. You know what? I'm going to start this over. The next group of benefits are how snapping locally will improve. I can't win. Oh my gosh. I've actually rehearsed this a few times. And yeah, right? Duh.